Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing my May Faves and Flops. I have a lot. I think it's best that we just jump right in because if we don't, this might take forever. Alright. Okay, I'm going to start with my flops because there's less of them. And a lot of them I have talked about recently in some videos, so you might know that they're coming. So the first flops I have are actually a couple of liquid eyeshadows that I was testing out. I'll go ahead and throw that up in the cards for you guys to be able to view that video. But these two were my two worst. So I have an e.l.f. liquid eyeshadow, a molten liquid eyeshadow is what they're called, and a hard candy glitterazzi. It's very sad because I was really hoping that drugstore brands would show me some semblance of just the same, and the only ones that really stood up to the rest were the Essence ones. These two failed miserably. This e.l.f. one is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful color, but it just took all the makeup off of my eye. So I did kind of a halo eye with it, and I put it on top of some other colors. And at the end of the day, actually like an hour in, you could no longer see where I had placed it. And it had also just taken some of the eyeshadow off of the outer edges of it with it. Like it was just this void area on my eyelids that looked absolutely ridiculous, and I had to go through an 8-hour day of work with that on my eyes. The other one is this one, and I really like it as a topper, but as a liquid, and I think it's actually it's called a liquid sparkler, so it's made actually more of a topper, but for the purposes of liquid eyeshadow, which is also what it boasts it can do, it just wasn't good. It was really patchy. It swatches beautifully. It swatches so beautifully, but it just was so patchy, and it took forever to dry down. So there just wasn't any like oomph or any purpose for it to be on my eyes. The next thing I have in my flops is also an eyeshadow, and it is these Jenna Taylor eyeshadow crayons. So I wore these the other day, and it was actually the first time I had worn them, and I had really high hopes for them. They look like they're beautiful colors, and they go on to your eye initially really, really pretty. But then, so this is them right here, and this on either end is a lighter color. So one of them is like this gold color, one of them is this like gold color here, and the other one is this like bronze color, but they're very, very, very similar. There's a little bit of pigmentation, but as soon as you start putting them into each other, they just turn into this oily, gross mess on your eyes. So my eyes, I had pictures. So I do my makeup every single morning, and then I take pictures of it because of my Instagram account. I always post pictures of my makeup looks to my Instagram account. I took pictures of this eye look and then promptly deleted them because it looked nasty. It looked like I had put discolored Vaseline all over my eyes. My eyes looked greasy. They looked just brown. Like there was no, they just looked dirty. They just looked dirty and greasy, and it was gross. It was so gross, and I will never wear them again. They will go into my garbage can as soon as I am done today. They are being decluttered from my happy little collection of eyeshadows in there because I just can't, I can't wear them. The next thing I have is this NYX Pore Filler. I hate this stuff. So this is in my project pan, and it's in my project pan because I can't bring myself to use it very much, only I paid for it, so I think I need to use it. But if you guys watch, as I squeeze it out, it just comes out like worms. It is awful. And then it's like solid, like it's not even They're like little worms. It's just disgusting. It's so gross. And it doesn't, when you try and put it on your face, this is what it does. It just kind of gets all clumpy and gross. It's supposed to be the, like, drugstore version of Benefit's pore filler. And they're professional. And I love that stuff to some extent. It kind of feels really weird on my face. This feels the same way, but actually not. It is just gross. It's so gross. And it's in my project pan for a reason, and that reason is that I have a really hard time bringing myself to use this stuff. It is just, I don't even want to put it on my face. I might get through project pan and be like, this is not empty. But it's still going into the trash can because I can't do it. I cannot bring myself to put it on my face. Also, I feel like every time I use it, I end up having, and I take really good care of my skin now. I used to not. Like a year ago, I didn't do anything because I didn't wear makeup. But now, I do take really good care of my skin, and I feel like every time I use that pore filler, I actually get breakouts. So maybe my skin is super sensitive to it, in addition to the fact that it is just super thick and really just moussey and kind of gross. Like I cannot get past the texture of it, put it on my face, or the fact that it comes out of the tube looking like worms. It's just gross. It's gross. The next thing I have is not necessarily that I hate it. These two items, they didn't live up to the hype that I had built up for them in my mind, and therefore they're in my fails. I don't grab for them. It's really hard for me to use them, and that is this Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb. And the reason why I don't like this, and I just have the little deluxe sample size, the reason I don't like this is, I mean, it's a good enough, lip gloss. I like putting it into the center of my lips, but it smells like cherries to me and tastes like cherries to me, which kind of reminds me of cough syrup, and it's just a meh lip gloss. It is super sticky. It's just a meh lip gloss. It's not worth $20 or whatever it is for its full size price. That is a ridiculous price for lip gloss in the first place, unless it's doing something else, and this one just doesn't. It just doesn't do anything else. It just sits on your lips. It does have pretty good longevity, so it is going to last on your lips, but I don't like the scent of it. I don't like the taste of it. It is just meh for me. The other lip gloss I have in here is this Urban Decay Hi-Fi Shine lip gloss. One of their newer lip glosses. I got this in my Ulta haul, and I think I mentioned it in my review of the products. This lip gloss smells amazing. It smells like mint cookies, thin mint cookies from Girl Scouts. So I love that about it. And it is pretty. So I love that about it. But it just doesn't have very good longevity. And it, again, is $20. It's just not worth it, in my opinion. This is the color of it. It is a very pretty lip gloss. It just doesn't stay on your lips for very long. So for me, that's a fail. The last thing I have in my flops is this Too Faced Glitter Pop Peel Off Eyeliner. So I got this. I purchased something from Too Faced. I think it was a new Comfort Matte foundation. And I think I needed to get up to $50 to get a free gift. I think that's what it was. So I got this. I thought, ooh, we're going to try this. I wore it the other day, and I wore it in a video, and I liked it. It was good enough. But taking this off was a bitch. I am not kidding. It was awful. It boasts itself as a peel off eyeliner, but it's not. You actually have to sit there and kind of scrub at your eye where it's at to get it off. And I had put it into the crease of my eye, and you kind of have to like roll your finger over the top of it to get it to come up enough to start to peel it, and then it only peels off in chunks. It was just not what it boasted to be. It actually kind of hurts to take it off. I think in the future I will just go ahead and use an eye makeup remover. And actually, now that I think about it, I did use an eye makeup remover to try and get off the rest of it, and it just still stuck to my skin and still kind of hurt to come off. So it is something I will use sparingly because it kind of hurts to take it off your eyes, if I'm being honest. Okay, so now I have some favorites I'd like to share with you guys. So first I'm going to start with this. And I talked about it in my Sephora VIB haul review of products, so I'm not going to talk about it a whole lot. But this Cinema Secrets makeup brush cleaner is the shit. You guys, this is some amazing brush cleaner, and if you haven't tried it yet, you really should. It is $39 for this giant bottle. It's 32 fluid ounces, and this will last me quite some time, I have a feeling, because it is just huge, and it has become my favorite brush cleanser. The next thing I want to talk about that I find myself reaching for a lot this last month is my Too Faced Papa Don't Peach blush. This is a really pretty, just peachy blush color. It smells like peaches and it has a nice little mirror. I love this color on my skin. I am wearing it today. It's just a very natural peach glow. So this just puts a nice little natural hint onto my face, which I really enjoy. Another one that I feel like naturally fits my face is this butter bronzer. I did break the container. It no longer shuts, which is a bummer. But this bronzer has been my go-to bronzer for the last several weeks. It is just a really natural bronzer. It doesn't like really cut out my face like a contour would, but it does a beautiful job of creating some sort of dimension. I really just love this bronzer, and it does smell. Mine's kind of losing its smell. It is a little old, but not like a lot old, but it's kind of losing its smell. But a fresh one smells like coconut, and it is just amazing on your skin. It just gives you a really nice natural tan look to your face, a natural bronze look to your face. The next thing I have is some brow products that I have been reaching for every single day, and they are these NYX micro brow pencils, and I think I maybe talked about them last month, but I love them. They are very, very much like the ABH Brow Wiz, only I feel like they last longer, and I feel like their color is better. Like the ABH Brow Wiz products are really pigmented, but almost too pigmented. I do have this in two different colors. I have it in auburn and in ash brown because my hair is kind of a calico mix of colors. So I put both of these colors on my brows often, and this one over here is the auburn and this one is the ash brown, and they just make a great combination on my brows. And I have found with the Brow Wiz, if I go with the auburn and the brown in the Brow Wiz, they almost come out too orange or too brown, and that's no good for me. So I really enjoy these, and with those I've been pairing the Wet n Wild Ultimate Brow Retractable Brow Pencil in ash brown, and this one is like a almost a triangle tip to it, and it does really well to help fill my brows. So I outline with these guys and fill just a little bit, and then fill the rest of the way with this guy, and it lasts forever. I love the spoolie on this guy too. I don't know why I like it so much better than these ones, but I typically will use the spoolie before I use these ones. The next thing I have is some eyeliners. I have the IT Cosmetics Superhero Liner, and this is a liquid liner. It is just so black and so sleek and so beautiful and so easy to work with. This is it right there. It is just, you can create a super fine line. You can fill with it. It's just an amazing eye pencil. I would repurchase it in a heartbeat. This thing is awesome. The other one that I want to talk about is this one, which is Smashbox Always On Gel Liner. and it is in fishnet, which is black. It is, so I use a liquid liner on my upper lid and these pencils in my lash line and to tight line, and this is it. It is super black. It really just stays. I don't know if you guys can tell, but it pretty much just stays where you put it. It will smudge out initially in the beginning, but then it just stays. So I have had a lot of people ask me, have you found an eyeliner that you use that doesn't move around on your eyes? And initially I thought it was like the Cargo Swimmables. Those were my go-to eye pencil, and I still really love those. They still do a really great job, but this one works so much better. So while I do not believe that high-end eye pencils is where you should spend your money, because Revlon has Revlon Color Stay that is also really good at staying put, and it can be buffed out if you want it to, you know, kind of smoke it out, and it's a drugstore option, so it's a lot less expensive. This Smashbox one is amazing. It's even better than the Urban Decay one, the Urban Decay 24/7. I find that one to move around actually a bit more than this Smashbox one does. I'm wearing it today. It's been like this. I have not touched it up at all. And this is, I've had my makeup on now for about 12 hours. The next thing I want to talk about, I also did a video on these liquid shadows, so I won't go too far into these, but these Stila Glitter and Glows are my new favorite thing. I love these. If I just want to, you know, jazz up my eye look a little bit, I will dab some of this into the center of my eye for a little halo eye effect, or I might put some along the lash line for a little bit of glitter here and there, maybe in the inner corner. These are beautiful. The only thing about these is I wore this one to work the other day. I had this purple eye look going, and this is a little more purple than the other two. It's called Smoldering Satin. It's just a tiny bit more purple than these two, and I put it in the inner corner to, you know, the darker outer edge where I had my, on the lid. I put it on the lid. God, Donna, use your words. I didn't let it dry down completely, and I ended up going to work kind of looking like a disco ball by the end of the day. It was awesome. But that was my fault. That was my bad. I didn't let it dry down appropriately before I opened my eyeball or decided to, you know, put another makeup on top, and it just kind of flaked away. It stayed where it was, but I did have glitter all over my face at the end of the day. So if you don't let them dry down, they could become your worst enemy. I'm not opposed to some glitter, so it wasn't like a horrible thing, but these are amazing. If you haven't tried them yet, you should. I have a couple powders I want to talk about, and I did talk about this one in my Sephora haul review, so I'm not going to go into it either, but I have reached for this every single day this month, and I bet if you think about it real hard, you know what I'm talking about. It is this Fenty Beauty Kilowatt highlighter in Fire Crystal. This guy has been legitimately my BFF all month long. I am obsessed with this highlighter. I have it on today. It is beautiful. I have it on yesterday and the day before that. It is an amazing highlighter. It's so beautiful. It is super buttery. I've used the poop out of it. The FB is almost gone. It is just so pretty. I would totally recommend it to anybody who asks, and if anybody asks me what my favorite would be, it would be this one. I have a lot of highlighters that I love, but that one, like I said, I've reached for every single month, or every single day this month. As a matter of fact, I think there's been like 3 days that I've used a different highlighter, and I was so sad. Like, so sad using that different highlighter because it just didn't look the same. I'm going to be so sad when it's gone. The next thing I want to talk about is this Mineralized Matte Skin Finish in Soft and Gentle. I actually picked this up from Glambot, which is, if you guys watched my getting makeup at a discount video, and I'll throw that up in the cards. I talked about Glambot, and you can get used makeup for a relatively decent price, and this was still 80%. There's still 80% use in here, which means 80% of the product is still in this pan, and it is typically a $35 product, I believe, and I got it for $22. So I was super excited to get it. It is sanitized when it comes to you. Powder products are super easy to sanitize. It was sanitized when it comes to you, but I did sanitize it again before I started using it. I love using this. It's like a finishing powder because I put on, or even a correcting powder, not like correcting, like under eye correcting, but like I have noticed if I get too much blush on and then I go over the top of that blush with this, it just kind of disperses it in a way that it doesn't look like I went heavy-handed with my blush. It is an amazing, amazing skin finish. I have a blush that is a mineralized skin finish as well by them that I absolutely adore. It's a discontinued blush. It's called Stereo Rose. That is beautiful, that I absolutely love as well. And that is the catalyst for my decision to purchase a regular skin finish and try it as well. So this has been my go-to like finishing powder. It is pretty amazing. The next thing on my favorites is actually this Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue Tinted Hydrating Gel Cream, and I have it in the color Bamboo. I am going to need to get more of this. The reason why this has become a favorite of mine this month is because it is damn hot here right now, and foundation is just, even my light to medium coverage foundation is just heavy. It's just super heavy. This is only the second summer that I've worn makeup, and last year at this time I wasn't wearing foundation. So Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue is a very lightweight, like almost a CC cream-ish, but it is super light coverage. Can build to a medium coverage. It's got SPF 30 in it, which is awesome. It's like double duty for me. Like I get some kind of coverage and I have an SPF on my face, which is amazing. This guy is almost gone. It is really great for your no makeup days. It is really great for going out in the pool and needing some kind of, you know, SPF on your face. This is what I've been using. Today I am, because I am filming, I am using a foundation, but I went to work with the Complexion Rescue on my face. Okay, the next things I have for you are a couple of lip products. I have this Beauty Creations Longwear Matte Lip Gloss that we got in our BoxyCharms this month. I love this stuff. I don't know why I love this stuff. I know that it is a matte lip gloss, which is kind of an oxymoron, to be honest, but it is long wear. It's super sticky like a lip gloss. It does mattify. I have it on my lips today. It's very matte, but it feels like a lip gloss. So it's just not a glossy lip gloss, but it is beautiful. I love it. I don't 100% love the stickiness of it, but it is pretty. It lasts like a liquid lipstick does, but it's super comfortable on your face, or on your lips. I don't feel like it dries my lips down, which is also amazing. It's just matte instead of glossy, like a lip gloss typically is. The other one I have is actually a liquid lip, and it is this Smashbox Always On Metallic Matte in it's from the new Vlada? Is that how you say it? Vlada collection. I love this color. I love it. I love it. It's kind of like this rose gold color. At first I wasn't sure about it because when I put it on my face I was like, oh my god, that's kind of like a dirty coral color. But it really is flattering. It's a beautiful, beautiful color on your lips, and it lasts forever. I love the doe foot on this because it's pointed and kind of slanted, so you can get right up against the line of your lip and kind of line your lips at the same time with this guy. I can see myself buying more of these. It did last forever. It had a good longevity to it. It was not a 100% like dry your lips out mattifying formula, so it did feel like it stayed a little wet, but it didn't go everywhere on my face, which I appreciate because I am not amazing at lipsticks yet, if ever. It's just a really pretty color. I really do love it. It's super pigmented, really pretty rose gold color, goes really well with pretty much any eye look. It's just beautiful. I promise you there is an end to this. The next thing I have is this Algenist Regenerative Anti-Aging Moisturizer with SPF 20. I have been using this every single day. It is almost gone, which is super sad to me, but I picked it up at TJ Maxx for like 15 bucks, so I will just go get some more. I love Algenist skincare. I have realized that over the last several months I've bought a lot of Algenist skincare at TJ Maxx, and it is an expensive skincare, but I have picked up every piece of it that I have at TJ Maxx for anywhere between, you know, $15 and $18 a bottle, when these guys retail for like $96. So I feel like my skin is just so much better after using this. And I have used a lot of skincare options. I've used Philosophy, I've used Origins, I've used some high-end, I've used some low-end. I feel like this does the job it's supposed to do. And it has SPF in it, which is amazing. And it just is making my skin just glow. And it is so more radiant and hydrated than it typically would be without using this. And I have been using this for about a month now, and I can see definite differences in my skin. The next three things I have for you guys are actually palettes. Shocker. So these palettes I have been reaching for every single day since I either A, got them, or B, all month. So this one came in my BoxyCharm, not this month, but the month before, and it is the ColourPop My Little Pony palette. I use this palette all the time. If you guys can't tell, it's kind of a dirty pig right now. I have this color, this color, this color, this color, and this color on my eyes today. I love this palette. It has been a go-to palette for me all month long. It is an amazing palette. I did a review of the products in that BoxyCharm earlier this month, and I can throw that up in the cards for you guys to watch as well. I also have a get ready with me using that palette that is awesome. So the next one I have is my Huda Beauty palette, the Desert Dusk. I've talked a lot about this palette, so I'm not going to talk a whole lot more about it in this video. You guys are probably sick of listening to me. I love this palette. I use it all the time. The only color in this palette that I do not like, and I have used all of them, is this one here, this amethyst color. It's flat out a disappointment, but it is a beautiful palette, and it is a palette that makes me want to purchase more from Huda Beauty. The last one I have for you, I actually got for Mother's Day from my kids, and I didn't haul it. So the Natasha Denona Lila palette, and I absolutely love this palette. It is just so pretty. The pans are huge. It was a $129 palette. I would never spend $129 on myself. As a matter of fact, this was in an anti-haul because of the sheer cost of it. I would never have done that. But my two older children both have jobs, and that's an awesome thing. My two older children went together and purchased this for me for Mother's Day. I have used every single color in this palette. I love this palette. It is an amazing palette. Is it worth $129? I don't believe any makeup, one makeup item is worth $129 if I am being honest with you. I would say absolutely not. Nothing is worth that much as far as the beauty world goes, in my opinion. But It is an amazing palette, and if you get the chance to purchase a Natasha Denona palette, you absolutely should. And if you have a Natasha Denona palette, lucky you. Yay you. I really would love the green brown palette or the star palette, but those aren't going to happen because I won't spend that money on myself. I am so glad to have this palette, but I would never purchase it for myself. But it is a palette that I have reached for almost every single day since Mother's Day. And I don't know if it's like subconsciously I want to make sure I get the $129 worth out of it, or because I love it so much. But really, you guys, these are super, super pigmented shades. This pink right here is one of my favorites. It is just so beautiful. This purple, again, one of my favorites. This is just a really pretty, pigmented, beautiful palette. If you guys get your chance to get a hold of one of these, you absolutely should. I love also that this piece here is attached. I think that other makeup brands should get on that bandwagon, especially if there are makeup brands that do not have names on the palette itself, because that's pretty genius. So you guys, that was a super long video, and I am super sorry that it was that long, but I really did have a lot to talk about this month. I felt like I did a lot of like research and wore a lot of different makeup looks and wore a lot of different makeup, and had a lot of new products this month actually to use. So that might be why this one was a bit longer than other ones. But I really hope that you liked my faves and flops. I do this every single month. I enjoy doing this every single month. If you did, I hope that you'll want to give me a big thumbs up. My content is very dictated by the amount of people that are watching these videos and the thumbs up that I get. You know, I'm still rather new in this, so I'm not getting a whole lot of thumbs up, and I'm kind of just winging this. But the more thumbs up that you guys give me, the more I know that you enjoy the content that I'm creating, and the more I will produce stuff that you want to see. Also, I hope that you'll want to subscribe to my channel on your way out today. I hope that you'll want to become part of my wonderful little YouTube family here. I have this wild and crazy midlife crises going on with my whole YouTube thing, makeup wearing, whatever. Never wore makeup before in my life until last year, and I'm actually having a lot of fun with it. So I hope that you're having fun with me. I do upload 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday or Sunday, depending on how my real life job is going, and because sometimes it's crazy. And yeah, I hope to see you in the comments. Let me know down in the comments what your faves and flops were this month. Let me know in the comments what of my faves or flops you do or don't like. I would love to hear about it. And until next time, guys, bye.